Hi there, everybody, and welcome back. Here we are in Qingdao, and we have yet another match for you. You're probably wondering why. I mean, we've already clinched the league. We've already clinched promotion. There are other things left to play for here, though, at the end of the season. We do want to see some of these young players develop, Holland and Shirjayang Guzman and some of the others. We're also looking to see if we can go over the 200 goals scored in a season mark. We have 199 at the moment. So we're hoping for at least one goal here today, if not a couple others. After that, we can hope that we can get our goal differential up a little bit, and we'll always have something left to play for. Unlike some other channels here on YouTube, I'm going to show you every single game, including the ones here at the end of the season that might not be quite as meaningful. And the reason why is because we want to get to know these players, and we want to see everything that happens in this season. And so it's Tan Sili now for Qingdao with the free kick. And boy, Wang Jiaming with a huge shot from range. Fortunately, we had men in front of that, and our defense is looking pretty bad. Here's Paul Wade taking it down and moving it up. And he is fouled by Wang Jianwen, and that should deserve a card. And there is no card brought out on that one. As a pretty cynical foul. One of the problems that we're having here is that here's Delphi in there for a shot, and he scores. I think he was offside. I was going to say, one of the problems that we have here is in defensive midfield, and he's going to be called onside. We have a number of players who have been suspended because of too many yellow cards, and other guys who are just not properly fit, and so that's the reason why we have to play Kwon Hyuk-kyu again. It's been a little while since you've seen Mr. Kwon. I guess Delphi was onside there. It looked offside to me even on the replay. Let's see what we see here. And yeah, I think he's offside. I mean, you can put the lines wherever you want to put them. It looks like his defender had a foot moving in the other direction. I think he was actually offside, but I mean, we're not going to complain about it. There's Para over to Zhou Jiancong. You're looking for Delphi again, can't find him. That, by the way, was goal number 200 of the season, and so we have made it. Zhou Jiancong again moves it forward, and as a little pass back there to Kwon Hyuk-kyu, who tries a shot, and it's not successful. Here's Mr. Kwon again, over to Wade, back to Kwon. Kwon Hyuk-kyu is probably not going to be on this club anymore at the end of the season, so we'll try to start him as much as we can before the end, but I don't think that he's going to be able to play up to par when we get to the division above us. Here's Chen Yuhao going over to Tang Zilin, but Joao Victor is there to go back and grab it, and there's a pass up ahead to Para, who, despite that injury recently, is still the number one scorer in the league, and instead he gets an assist there going for Yunus Delphi. And yeah, Delphi is going to be on this team for a long time coming. That is the way that you score a goal. My goodness. Man, oh man, look at how far back he is when Para has the ball. Para draws the entire defense over to him, passes it to Delphi. He creates the little bit of space that he needs, and he has a foot that can shoot from just about anywhere, and you just can't stop him. 2-0 Yanbian FC, and it's almost not fair, you know. I mean, it really almost is not fair, some of these league matches. Not going to be so easy next season. We know that. Jubi now wins the header over to Zhou Jiancong, over to Para, back to Guzman. Ariel Guzman, and he loses the ball. Guzman has not played very much at all for this team, and it's Mr. Kwon winning that one back over to Delphi, over to Jubin, and now we really have a break. Jubin is going to take it himself, and he scores. Jubin with his first goal of the season. This is the 16-year-old Jubin who I've talked about so much. He's been playing so well for us with so many assists, and finally gets his first goal. We are going to see a lot of this kid going forward. This kid is homegrown. This kid came up through our youth system and is really an amazing player. 3-0 Yanbian FC, and we're not even 15 minutes into this match. I was thinking that maybe we'll have a little bit of a problem. Maybe things are not going to work quite as well for us this time around. And as you can see, obviously that is not the case. Li Changyi, by the way, is there in goal. He is in goal for us because, I mean, might as well. And here is Jubin. Liu Xiaoziyang is sitting on the bench. Shi Jiayang now. Li Changyi is the other really good young goaltender we have, by the way, and it'd be great to develop him. Zhou Jiancong with the attempt from the side, and that is knocked out for a corner. We're probably going to have Li Changyi next season in the Chinese FA Cup, so we'll see what happens. Joao Victor there over to Howland, another young player who hasn't had a whole lot of game time, and unfortunately his header is off the mark, and we're going to have to wait for a goal kick now. Not a bad play by Zhou Jiancong, who's one of those young players who we're just trying to push on ahead and trying to develop as best as we can. Jubin over to Delphi now, back to Shi Jiayang, and he goes back to Delphi in an excellent, excellent position. Then where's the cross coming? It goes backwards to Victor, who goes to Zhou Jiancong. Very, very good creative work there by Victor. And it's kind of a shame that there was no goal on the other end of that, but I don't think that Zhou Jiancong was completely ready for this. But I mean, this is just excellent, excellent crossing. and had the defense sort of at 6s and 7s there for a little while. So Jansong is not exactly having the game of his life. Jubian, on the other hand, he's having an amazing game. And it's Tan Zilin with a corner for Qingdao. It's amazing that there are any fans here. Pretty large stadium, but I mean, you can see the popularity of football here in China is not quite what it could be. Mr. Kwon now, and he fans in the shot, and that right there is the reason why we're probably not going to see a whole lot of Mr. Kwon in the future. Maybe through the end of the season we will, but when we're talking about next season, I don't think so. Delphi wins the ball back and misses his hat trick. It just hits the top bar, and that's okay. That's okay. He'll get another chance. I mean, we're barely 30 minutes into this match now. 3-0 still Yanbian FC, and it is Joao Victor here with the corner. And up it goes, looking for Haulad, and cannot find him. And it's Jubian once again winning the ball back and sticking with his man and showing that he can play defense, even at attacking winger role. Guzman now with it and moves it forward. Not quite as impressive on the attack as, say, Park Myung-sung. And Wade with a shot, it doesn't go anywhere, and it goes back to Kwon Hyo-kyu, but it is called offside because Delphi was offside. And I mean, I suppose it was a good call. I didn't look close enough to make sure. And finally, Qingdao have had a shot on goal, so that's something. And there's Howland able to knock that one out of the danger area and goes to Para, back to Delphi now. Delphi runs it up himself. You know he's going to do this. Finds Jubian right in the middle. And Jubian might as well have a shot from there. It's a pretty good idea. He could have moved up even more if he wanted to. But we'll let him take that shot from that range. No problem at all. Even though he missed, it'll be good for his development. Still 3-0 Yanbian FC. And Delphi with 2 goals, looking for that hat trick still. And we are at halftime. And we have been dominating in this match for the most part, but we do have a couple of problems, including Xu Jiayang there in the back is not exactly having the best game of his life. Yeah, I don't really want to put either one of those guys in. You can see here on our bench that we have a lot of players who are tired. I guess I could potentially put Han Jin in and we can move Jubian back for Joao Victor, but I don't really want to do that. Victor is playing pretty well. I think that we'll just leave him on. The other one I'm thinking about actually is Zhou Jiansong, who's not playing well. And we might as well put Kim Yong-il on because he hasn't played much at all. Kim Yong-il, of course, is another one of these players who doesn't like big matches. And in my book, if you don't like big matches, you're not on our team because every match we play is big. Here's Wade now passing it forward to Kim Yong-il. Can't find him. And, I mean, Kim Yong-il should have a fine game today because there's no implication in this match at all other than the fact that we may end up selling him this summer. Joao Victor with it now. And, of course, if he doesn't want to be sold, we can always stick him back in North Korea to our feeder club. And Delphi hits the bar with another shot. That was a difficult shot. I'll give him that. Just misses that. There's Howland with one that I think scraped the bar, that corner. Or not corner, that was a free kick. This is a corner now, and you can see Howland right there standing and waiting. And instead it goes back to Xu Jiayang, who unfortunately is unable to get his head onto it. Xu Jiayang has the height. He doesn't quite have the jumping reach, though, and not quite that ability to shoot yet, but he's only 16. So I think we've got a winner there. Mr. Kwon is absolutely tired. He's totally beaten down here, so we're going to have to take him off. And we're going to put Wang Tong on for him. Wang Tong hasn't played really that often. Probably was not the best signing on our part. He's a little bit older and hasn't really impressed me so far in the games he's played. Of course, now that I say that, he'll do something big. There's Kim Yong-il missing again. He's pretty good at missing those close shots. We've seen that a lot this season. And there is the goal kick, and it goes over to Howland, who wins it, but Kim Yong-il unable to get back onto that. Guzman tries to put it forward, and he's unable to find Delphi, and we need to get the ball back. And there's Kim Yong-il winning it back the hard way. It's over to Delphi now. It goes back to Wade and up to Jubian. Jubian looks, and he's got a man, but he's way offside. That's Para, who's far offside and didn't realize it. Wang Tong now back to Wade. Wade penetrates, moves forward over to Jubian. Jubian now back to Wade, and Wade, that's what you want him to do. He takes a couple steps first, and then he winds up hitting the crossbar. That's what we want him to do instead of just shooting from there. That's what Jubian needs to learn. Take a couple of steps, move laterally if you have to, and then take a shot. Give yourself a little bit of better angle. No problem that he missed the goal and hit the crossbar. I mean, we'll take it. Jubian now, and he kicks it right into the wall. Jubian is probably the best free kick kicker that we have on the team. free kick taker, I should say. And there's Shi Jiayang getting around into that. And that's one of the reasons why we have this kid. I know that the coaches say he's not good enough. He's good enough for me. Jubi now over to Kim Yong-il. Kim Yong-il moves it forward, and he's dispossessed there by an excellent tackle, and no foul at all on that one. And here is Tan Zilin over to Mu Yimeng, whose shot, fortunately for us, misses. Mu Yiming, my apologies. And this is a pretty scary moment here for our defense. It's not what we want to see, and I'm not sure what happened to Shi Jiayang on that one, but he was nowhere to be seen in the picture. So, we need to work on that one. Here's Joao Victor. The assistant's telling me he might get a yellow card and be suspended. Do I look like I care? Because I don't. Here's Wade now to Wang Tong. Wang Tong moves it up himself and penetrates has an awful pass to Para that nobody can get around on. There's another attempted pass to Para and just can't find him. There's Shi Jiayang over to Haolan. Haolan back to Guzman. Guzman moves it up himself, and there is the pass to Para that we really were looking for. And Swinbo just barely able to get around to that one. And I guess Para may have difficulty winning this goal-scoring award this season if he has a game like this one. That was the shot right where we wanted it to be, but just nothing happening on it. The corner we're able to knock out, but just as far as the corner taker, and here's Du Kai for Qingdao, back to Chen Yuhao. And Guzman is able to get back onto it, and Li Changyi uses his safe hands, and that will be the end of that. And I think we're just going to push here through to the end. I can see the stamina is decreasing, and the guys are looking a little bit tired, and especially the ones who played in that big match against Qingdao City yesterday. Guangzhou City yesterday. But it's all right. We'll keep them out here. It's good for them, good for their health. They need to run a little bit more anyway. And there's Guzman winning the ball in the very end. This wasn't a very good second half by us, but we were able to come away with the victory. 3-0 is fine. We have scored 200 goals this season. I think that moves the goal differential up to 192. So we're just inching further and further towards having that magic number of 200 goal differential. So we'll see what happens. Poor match for Kim Yong-il. Like I said, he's going to be sold. Kwon Hyuk-kyu will also likely be sold, and we'll probably get rid of Wang Tong as well. So stick around with us, and I'll let you know everything that happens as this team changes, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.